Welcome everyone to another Pixelated review. I'm your host, Pixelated Jordan. So today we have 3 books I will be reviewing. I know I have a bunch of series I usually do, but this time I was like, I went through some books that are not complete series, so some of them I think are just one-shots, and one of them is going to be a series. I think so. Anyway, we're going to review 3 books, and the first one we're going to read is A Glitch in the System. It is a LitRPG, so I'm curious how this one's going to be compared to the Bright series. Yeah, if you guys didn't see that video, I have it in my playlist, so check that one out. The other one is How to Meet a Girl and At the End of the World. Yeah, that's a long title right there, so hope you like long titles. But yeah, that one's that one I think is the one shot as well. So there's that one. And also that guy's a TikToker. He has some pretty funny videos, so give him a follow. And then the other one is called The Shadow After Sunset. And the thing that caught me the most was definitely the cover. I mean, look at that cover. That's a cool mask. I would wear that mask. Though after reading the story, I don't know if I would have that mask, but I would like that mask. Anyway, so there's our introduction to these little stories. Oh yeah, and then the first one, A Glitch in the System. He's also a YouTuber, so check him out if you can too. Anyway, so without further ado, let's start this review.
A Glitch in the System.
Alright, starting off as an indie book itself, there is some issues, that can come about it from being an indie book. One of those issues being needing to find a really good editor. There's quite a bit of some errors in here, which kind of sucks because it kind of takes me out of some of these good experiences that can be in there. So that's kind of a downer, but if by this video goes out, there is an editor, hopefully it's a lot better. Anyway, for the overall story, it can be better too. The main character is not a game designer, game tester, okay? And if anything I've looked up, being a pixelated guy myself, I would assume that, these game testers are pretty dang good at breaking games. From this game here, he really didn't break the system, if that makes sense. When it comes to game testers, from my understanding, they're supposed to break the game to find as many glitches as they can. But this guy barely kind of did it. He played the game, and the game itself sounds fun, but I would probably hate leveling up in this game. I mean, it's contrast. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Contrast by its skill system. It's just like you could level up slowly, but you get really good. You get a bunch of skills pretty fast to level up. So it's I think it's balanced, but it's hard to really say if it's truly balanced. So yeah, that is something I thought about. And the plot of it is a murder mystery, basically. And it's something I wasn't okay for, it was like, okay, it kind of works. But also, let's just say this game system came out here with this game to launch with. I'm just saying, I'm not spending over $1,000 on it. Just saying that right now. But there is enjoyable features in this book. I'm not much of a murder mystery guy myself, so it probably didn't click with me as much as everyone else it probably would. But for somebody else, it probably would. Like I said, just overall, it is an indie book. So these are my indie books, and there can be some fun things that this book does that other things didn't. So with that being said, I do think there's some work that needs to be done here. But overall, I can say there is some things to enjoy. And that is why I'm giving A Glitch in the System a rating of meh.
How to Meet a Girl at the End of the World.
How to Meet a Girl at the End of the World is a very simple story. The world's gonna end, and the main character is gonna meet, a girl. And it reminded me a lot of 2012 for those who were back there and back in the day. There was this big old thing talking about scientists trying to make a black hole, and if they succeeded or failed, I can't remember. I think it was failed. If they did, would just eat up the earth and something like that. I think it was something like that. I don't know. It was a while back. 2012 was a weird year. Anyway, this would kind of took that concept where the world kind of ends. I'm presuming that's where the guy got the concept from. But it did do that, and it was a it was a lot of fun. It just though I did have to stretch my disbelief a little bit here and there, because I was like, maybe I don't think people would do that. But I did like the ending a lot, so I did have to admit that it was really just a good ending in general. So I couldn't be mad at it. It really had like a bittersweet end, but it was sweet, and yeah, I really liked it. And the only thing is too, at least when I brought this up to one of my friends, he's like, "Oh, this is like another movie where it's basically the same thing, the end of the world, and he meets a girl." I was like, "Oh, well, I've never seen that, so I don't have any concept of how that works." So for him, he said that's a straight up copycat. So I don't know. For anyone who has seen that movie, I don't remember the movie, but for those who have seen that movie, I guess this is a book version of it, unless it is based off a book. I don't know. I cannot tell you. But if you don't have that and you just want something short, sweet, bittery, there you go. It's How to Meet a Girl at the End of the World. And no, it's not very good in context when you try to meet this girl. Okay, middle schoolers, I know that. Anyway, so that's why, for me, as a personal level, I have to admit, How to Meet a Girl at the End of the World gets a rating of, I recommend it.
The Shadow After Sunset.
So for those who are creepypasta fans, myself included, it really feels something similar to it. That doesn't mean it's bad. I don't know why some people are saying creepypasta are just cringe. I like to compare things to that, okay? Leave me alone. I grew up during those times. Anyway, this had this kind of first-person point of view kind of thing. It was like two couples, a married couple, and just a married couple, and they're going through therapy. They're writing down the events of the day, and they talk about this mask that they got, and well, I think the husband got it at an antique shop, and this monster comes after sunset. It really plays this up for a good role, and it does, it gets escalated to a point where it's a lot of good fun, and the climax was good. But I can definitely say that the characters do kind of feel one-noted at times, where I felt like the horror factor could have been more. It sadly was not more, and if the characters were just a bit more, a little tiny bit dynamic, it could have made a difference in this story. So I was a bit underwhelmed when it comes to the majority of this journey. Though I will say, the ending twist that came in here, it was actually something I was not expecting. So it got brownie points for that. It's just that the overall product is kind of underwhelming, which kind of sucks. But I do like the cover design, and I do like the twist. So that's kind of where we're at with this book. It's a mixed bag altogether, but I do like what it tried to do. So with that being said, I give The Shadow After Sunset a rating of meh. Overall, these are indie books, and I do my best to try to read as much indie books as I can. Sometimes they're not, and I get trapped. I'm like, oh dang, that's not an indie book, which is fine, which is no big deal. But I do like my indie books as much as I can find them, if I can find them. And these ones are fun. Like I said, they have problems here and there, and there's some I can sit there and go, I absolutely like the experience I had, and some I say I can't. If there's work to be done, there's work to be done, but it's not a big deal. I generally like indie books, and I will do my best to always look for the indie books, because why not? Indie books have their own uniqueness to them, and I do like them a lot. So that's the big thing about it. I mean, my first book I read was an indie book. If you don't know what that is, it's Levy. It's the very first book review I did on here, so check it out if you can. But other than that, though, yeah, these were enjoyable in their own right. And so when it comes down to which one I like the most, I think we already know, but let's do a little ranking. So if I had to pick the third one in third place, it would be A Glitch in the System. And if I had to pick second, it would have to be The Shadow After Sunset. But the one I definitely enjoyed the most, without a doubt, is How to Meet a Girl at the End of the World. I just had fun with that one. So yeah, if you guys want to, check these books out. They're definitely on there for you guys. So I want to thank you guys all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. I want to thank you guys all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys are looking for these books, I will link them down below. And for those two authors I mentioned that have a social media site, I will also link them down below. And hey, did you know I too am an author? Well, I have that also linked down below if you are looking for a ghost adventure. So yeah, I want to thank you guys all for your great support, and I hope you all have a great day.